using GeoGebra to construct a perpendicular bisector. So if you're trying to construct a perpendicular bisector, so here's our line here. Obviously, we can't do the math because we don't know the point values of point C or B, so we can't do any of the math that we learned. You could, if you had a ruler, you can measure the distance between C and B and find the midpoint. Then you can use a protractor in order to make sure that you have a 90-degree corner between the lines. Another way to do it is using the idea of curves. So what we are going to do here is we are going to create a circle. We're going to put the center here on point C, and then we're going to bring our circle out so that the circumference ends on point B over here. So the radius of my circle is from C to B. Then we're going to do that the exact same thing going the other way. So starting at point B and going over here to point C. So now you can see I have this Venn diagram looking thing. So I want to mark these intersecting lines. So I'm going to mark where the circles intersect up here, and I want to mark where the circles intersect down here. So now if I draw a line from this first intersection to the second one, we can see that I have a line that looks like it's going through the middle of C and B. So let's test that. So let's measure the distance. Oh, before we can measure the distance, we need to put a dot here in the middle. So let me just do that. So let's put a dot at this intersection line here. We want to measure the distance between C and the center. And we can see that this line segment CE is 3. And if this is a perpendicular bisector, meaning we cut it in half, this should be 3 as well. So that together we get the whole line segment of 6. So this is a bisector. We did cut the line in half. Now we have to make sure that it's perpendicular. We need to measure this angle and make sure that it's 90 degrees. So we're going to go to this measure angle tool. I'm going to click my first point up there, click my second point down here, and then you can see, depending on which way I move, I can form an angle. So I'm going to go over here to angle C. You can see how it turned into a square, and then we got 90 degrees. So by doing these curves, they found the center for us. So normally if you're doing this with a pen and paper, you would use a compass to draw the circles and then a ruler to draw the straight line. But thankfully, we now have technological programs that will do this for us. So remember, these were the kind of steps that you needed in order to do the classwork that was assigned today.